Welcome to this happy hour edition of Kennedy Saves the World. And one of my very favorite people, not just at Fox, but on the planet, Janice Dean is here because she has been to bourbon country so many times. She goes every year. So I figured it's actually a rye-based drink, but It's an American spirit in honor of such an incredible American hero, Janice Dean.
Oh my goodness. Have you been to the Kentucky Derby?
It's actually not rye. It's apple juice. I take that back. I've never been to the Kentucky Derby. Do you want to try?
Yes, I do.
An old fashioned made with apple juice?
Made with
See, it's apple juice, Janice.
Juice. Okay.
Look it's a bottle of apple juice.
Does it look like it's been tampered with?
No, not even at all. Oh, it's so hard to get that open.
This is really hard to open.
Yep.
Kennedy.
So first we'll cut off a couple of slices of orange.
Yep, that's apple juice.
Sort of twisted in there.
When do I put this in? This apple juice.
Well, let's.
Did I tell you how much I love apple juice?
Yeah, I know. They have the apple juice trail in Kentucky.
Yes, look at that.
There's a little apple juice and a little apple juice.
I love this show.
I know you're supposed to stir it.
This might be my favorght show.
But
I've stirred.
I got
don't
some
need
spicy bitters.
Stirred.
I thought I had cherries in my office.
That's okay.
But I don't. I took them home for ice cream sundaes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's some spicy bitters.
Hella bitters.
And then let me just mix these. I know you're supposed to stir them. Stop being a snob.
That's the best way to do it, actually.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, this way we mix.
You're a mom, so you use things.
What you've got.
Exactly.
That's what this happy hour is all about. It's not
I'm
about
so
being
excited.
fancy, it's about using what you've got to make something delicious.
Let's start that weekend right now.
Cheers, Janice.
This apple juice is going to go down so smooth. Oh, my goodness. Well, so you haven't been to the Kentucky Derby?
I've never been.
Well,
is it as fabulous as it seems? Because where do you get the hat, first of all? Because you have incredible hats every year. Do you take multiple hats, and where do you get them?
I know a gal.
Okay.
So I've been going for many years, and I met Christine Moore, who is one of the official milliners of the Kentucky Derby. That's what she does. Yeah. She makes hats, beautiful, fantastic, fabulous hats. And I guess we met one year, and she said, I would like to make a hat for your dress that you're going to wear for Derby Day.
Okay.
So, and I had seen her beautiful hats, and I said, okay, what do you need from me? Just show me your dress. And so for many years now, she's been designing the hats. And for Oaks Day, which is the Friday before the Kentucky Derby, where we all wear our pink for breast cancer research.
That's wonderful. I love that.
I love that too. And the fillies race, so it's the girl horses that race that day for the Oaks. She designs that hat, a beautiful pink hat for the dress I'll be wearing. And then for the Kentucky Derby Day, she designs that hat as well. So she's been doing that for many years now. People ask me, well, where do you put all your hats? I give them back.
Oh, okay.
I do. Yep. And sometimes she'll auction them off for charity.
That's wonderful.
There was one year she actually named a hat after me called the Janice Dean. Beautiful blue hat, because she said, I think Sean actually said to me, it's my favorite hat you've worn. So she called it the Janice Dean, and she's been.
That's amazing. And you have such incredible blue eyes.
Oh, well,
it must be fun to wear something like that brings out.
There is something about wearing a hat.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's almost like being a peacock.
Yeah.
You know, like you walk into a room and it's like, look at my hat and look at my dress. And I'm glad that there are still events like the Kentucky Derby that kind of bring us back to a time where, you know, maybe things were a little bit simpler. And, you know, we enjoyed the day with apple juice and fancy hats.
Sure you do.
Cheers to that.
Amen.
So I think you should come this year because it's the 150th anniversary of the Kentucky Derby.
Is that the sesquicentennial?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the actual title, but maybe we could fashion you a hat that says what's it called again?
Sesquicentennial.
Yes.
Yeah. I would love it. I would absolutely love to go. As you know, my family's from Southern Indiana.
Yes.
And so I feel a great kinship with that part of the country.
I think
we're
need
just
to make it happen.
over the border from Louisville. You know, we used to fly not too far when we would go see my grandmother. We would fly into Cincinnati.
Yes, very
there
close.
Were very few flights from Portland to Louisville. We would fly into Indy sometimes, more flights into Cincy. And then you realize, like, that's the Northern Kentucky airport. It's not really Ohio.
No, and they always recommend to, especially if you're going to go to Lexington, that you can either fly into Louisville or Cincinnati because they're both kind of the same distance almost. So I highly recommend, let's start working on this right now.
Yes. We have to
Kennedy.
hatch a plan. Janice
Absolutely.
Dean.
And they would love for you to come.
Well, I think it would be incredible. And I love the Derby. I love horses. I love sports that have great traditions.
Yes.
You know, whether it's car racing, boxing, things that have been around a while, baseball,
Right.
that don't change too much, that honor some of those older
Yes.
traditions.
The Derby is the longest consecutive running event in U.S. history.
Wow.
And then the dog show's second to that.
Did
And I know
they
you love
run
the
the
dog.
Derby during the Civil War?
They did. They never missed it.
Stop it.
I think they had to postpone it.
Like during World War II or something?
No, it kept going. Even the Great Flood. It was actually during the pandemic, I think, that they postponed it by a few months.
That wrecks everything.
The pandemic.
That's disappointing.
right?
Yeah, because I bet that was a government imposed
Yes.
decision.
Which
So-
makes me want to drink more apple juice.
well, we should, and we should always be drinking ABD, AJ.
I
Always be
feel the
drinking apple
vitamin
juice.
C.
Yeah,
just
you really can. You can feel it. Like
right going to my head.
I don't know what it is, but the vitamin C warms up my core a little bit and makes it a little
yes,
tingly.
I can. Yes, I feel like I have like a warm front right now.
See, a lot of people may think, "Oh, Janice, you're so nice and happy. Like you don't drink alcohol because you're such a pure, tender flower."
Who says that?
The people,
No one.
the young people on the message boards, on the AOL message
know
boards.
where you're going.
That's what they're saying.
Yep.
So I'm glad that
My friends and family know.
I'm not
better.
violating your tipple purity by giving you apple juice.
No. Growing up in Canada, I grew up in Ottawa, and the border to Quebec was very close. And the drinking age in Quebec was younger than Ottawa, if I am not mistaken.
That sounds about right. The Quebecois, like, yeah, we're
Quebecois,
practically
we go to
French.
the dépanneur, we
And
get
in
our
France, you
cigarettes,
can
and we
drink
get
at
our
12.
Right, exactly. So we would go, I mean,
We put red wine in the baby bottle.
maybe I was 14 when I went and
That's
had
right.
my first pack of Export A's.
Oh, I loved Export A's when I smoked.
Yeah.
I quit smoking when I was 19, but I used to smoke Export A's.
See,
It's a fine smoke.
they called it Green Death
Oh.
because there was different Export A's.
Yeah.
There were there's the green, the red, the white. I'm not sure, but that's how we started. I mean, I was a bad girl probably from 14 to now.
Yeah, I like to hear it. I do like to hear it.
So those chat boards that you're on, it's a different Janice Dean.
She wasn't wearing a hat back when she was 14, sneaking into Quebec.
Quebec, yes, to Quebec, right on the border.
Yeah, but if you're a music fan, and I know you are, it's like you're going to go try and see shows.
Right.
That's what I did. Like, I would sneak out of my mom's house in high school to go to Pine Street Theater.
Oh,
And I would have a friend pick me up. I would have to sneak down the driveway and have a friend pick me up.
Yes.
And take me to Pine Street Theater to see punk rock shows.
we had our ways. I did have a fake ID.
Stop it right
point,
now.
I did.
Janice,
But then
call the authorities.
right. But when you went to Hull, they really didn't even check anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, here's your
Très bien.
très bien, your
Bienvenue.
Molson Canadian and your Green Death and a pack of
Have an Expo Day
What was they had like a
and some St. Pauli girl. I don't even know if that's Canadian. Moosehead?
no Moosehead. It was like Labatt's.
Oh, Labatt's. Yes, of
Labatt's
course.
Bleu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the hockey game. Tout le monde connaît. Everybody knows. Not that a shit. I'm a year friend of mine. Numéro 19, number 19, Larry Robinson.
Who was your favorite hockey team?
Well, I don't want to bring up bad feelings for the Canadians that are watching and listening to this. I grew up in Ottawa, and when the Ottawa Senators were born, we were all very excited about that. At one point, I was a hostess in one of the boxes at the Corel Center.
Wow.
Because I was working at the local radio station, Shea
The
106.
tip money had to be great in one of the boxes.
It was good, but there were a few not so savory taps here and there.
Oh, yeah. Handsy.
The little handsy.
Handsy drunkards.
Yeah.
Didn't have apple juice.
It didn't matter if they were rich
No,
boxers
absolutely not. No.
in the boxes. But I did that to supplement my income to travel.
Yeah. What was your favorite place you've ever traveled?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Why do I think of Disney World right now?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. 'Cause
I've
it's my
been there, but it
kids.
would not be on my
No,
list.
it's not. Well, you've traveled to wonderful places. Like I saw your pictures in Greece. Okay, Hawaii. I went to
I
Hawaii.
love Hawaii so much.
And we took our children there because I don't know if I told you this story, but my husband was kind of introduced to me or the idea of me in Hawaii when my friends Leanne and Tony were on their honeymoon. So Sean went to Hawaii in 2002.
Great year.
Because he likes to surf.
Sure.
Right? And it was a dream of his to go to Hawaii, and he did that. He went on his own, and the surf was too high one day, so he decided to do a hike on Kauai.
Beautiful.
And he met my friends Leanne and Tony on that hike who had just gotten married. And they kept kind of bumping into each other on the hike, and they started chatting. And then afterwards, they were like, "Why don't you have dinner with us?" And he's like, "But you're on your honeymoon." And they were like, "We've been together for like 7 days already. Please come to dinner with us."
Break up the conversation.
And so we did. And my friend Leanne was like, "You got to meet my friend Janice. She just moved to New York. She doesn't know anybody." And he was like, "Oh, that's weird. Like a Canadian girl that just moved to New York and doesn't know anyone." But, he's a nice man.
Yep.
And said, "Okay, we'll give her my phone number." And the rest is history. So we took our kids a few years ago to Hawaii. We went to Kauai. We did not hike the hike that he did because it's quite something.
Yeah.
But we took some pictures and said like it was a full circle moment.
That is so beautiful.
So I will say Hawaii.
To Hawaii.
To Hawaii.
To family, to true love, and to apple juice. This concludes our happy hour along with Janice Dean.
That's it? That's what?
This has been Kennedy Saves the World.
I thought it went longer. Bartender!
We still have more apple juice to go.
Okay.
Barkeep.